Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Jaden Clark, and we are coming to you live today from Alpharetta Raiders Stadium for an exciting game where the Alpharetta Raiders will be facing off against the Northview Titans. The story of the tape tonight for the Alpharetta Raiders is they are currently on a 2-1 on the season and are flying high right now off a win against the Centennial Knights, where they beat the Knights 34-31, where the kicker Dylan Shore made the game-winning field goal with seconds left on the clock. And now with that win, the Raiders come into this game tonight expecting to continue their 2-win streak after losing to Milton week 1, and ever since then have gone undefeated. A lot of players came through last week for the win at Centennial. One of the players was the quarterback Matthew Downing, where he broke free on a 65-yard bootleg run for a touchdown. Another person who impacted the game last week was Under Armour All-American J.C. Horn, as he got 2 interceptions last game, including one in the final minutes of the game that gave the Raiders perfect field position to win the game. And as the game is set to start right now, the Alpharetta Raiders offense is set to take the field against the Northview Titans defense. And another factor tonight is that the Raiders will be without their star running back, Nolan Edmonds, and to replace him tonight will be junior running back Kevin Watkins. He is number 2. On the first snap of the game, Matthew will throw the screen pass to his wide receiver, Michael Marbaugh, who drops the ball. And they consider the ball incomplete, as this was not a backward pass. Michael Marbaugh, a senior wide receiver for the Alpharetta Raiders offense, is usually a sure-handed wide receiver who does not drop balls often. So this is a very rare sight for the Alpharetta Raiders offense. And another thing to add on to tonight is that Northview is currently 0-2 on the season, so a win here tonight for them would mean big things for their season. And as a handoff to Kevin Watkins, he is stuffed in the backfield, and this will be a loss of yards on the play. And already, the Alpharetta Raiders offense is off to a shaky start. Already had a drop pass and now a tackle in the backfield for a loss of yards. And coming into the game will be number 21, Levante Green. And the West Virginia commit, Junior Uzebu, number 77, will have his hands full tonight, as he will have to deal with number 57 on the Northview Titans defense. And he goes by the name of Kadeem Shabazz. The 6'3", 290-pound D tackle will be no less than challenging tonight. And this will bring up 4th down, as the offense is forced to have a 3-and-out on the first opening series of the game. And they will be punting from the 20-yard line. And set to punt the ball will be Dylan Shore.
Excellent setup, people. Excellent setup. Kicks. Yeah. The weight. Timeout on the field. Timeout Northview. With 11 minutes, 16.
And there will be a timeout called Timeout Northview, as they seem to be wanting to go over a couple things before this before their punt return unit comes out. And the story tonight now for this Alpharetta Raiders defense is, although they gave up 31 points last game was truly a crazy game, and the defense did have many outstanding plays. It's just crazier plays were made than they were able to keep up with. But nonetheless, this is one of the best defenses in the state of Georgia, and they will give Northview offense a tough job tonight. And the Northview offense needs to be up to that challenge tonight, because if they are not, they will shut them out, as they have done in the past before to many previous teams that Alpharetta has played. And this is a rather shaky punt, as it rolls to the... This ball will be down at about the 29-yard line, as that was not a punt that you would expect from Dylan Shore. He has done very good on the season, but that was one of his more shakier punts that he's punted on the year so far. And now the Northview Titans offense is set to take the field, where they will be now facing off against the Alpharetta Raiders defense. And leading the defense tonight will be none less than linebacker Reed Schultz, headlined by Nick Marcus and J.C. Horn. J.C. Horn recently committed to Tennessee within the last month, and that's where he will be continuing his college football career. And now Northview sends their tight end number 88 in motion. And it'll be a pitch to the running back number 6, who tries to take it upfield for he will actually gain about 9 yards on that play. And what happened on that play was that the linebackers took too shallow of an angle and didn't get there fast enough, so he was able to turn upfield for a 9-yard gain. And that is a very good gain to start off for the Northview Titans offense. As we already know, the Raiders were not able to gain any yards on their last drive so far. And now the Northview Titans offense already has a 9-yard gain on their first play. Quarterback lines up in shotgun formation. And it'll be a handoff to their tailback again, who he will be stuffed at the line of scrimmage, and this will be a no-yard gain. And this Northview Titans O-line will have their hands full tonight, having to do with Jackson Michaels, Nick Marcus, Jack Stanton, and many others along the defensive line for Alpharetta, as they are without tonight their Western Kentucky commit, DePore Schletty, as he is out with an ankle injury, but nonetheless, this Alpharetta Raiders defense is ready to face against this offense. And they will bring out the chains to measure the spot of the ball, as there appears to be a disagreement on the field on where the ball should be. And this will bring both teams back to their sidelines. So right now, just a quick recap of what has gone on so far. Alpharetta Raiders offense so far had a 3-and-out, and now this Northview Titans offense seems to be here with a third and inches. Oh no, they will give them the first down, what it appears to be like. So now Northview Titans offense will get the first down on their first play of the game. And that'll be first down Titans. They will have the ball on the 39-yard line. They send their tailback in motion. And their quarterback will be sacked in the backfield. Leading the sack will be number 42, Nick Marcus. Number 48, Nick Marcus. Assisted by his defensive tackle, number 42, Jackson Michaels. And on that play, the quarterback just simply held onto the ball for too long. Nothing was open downfield. His tailback wasn't open, so therefore he just had to take the sack. And that will result in a 8-yard loss, as it will now be 2nd and 18. And there'll be a screen pass to the wide receiver number 4, who takes it outside, but he will be met by Alejandro Hall to make the tackle, and he will be further pushed out of bounds by cornerback J.C. Horn. And as number 46, Sean Haven, comes out the game, this will bring in the more lengthy defensive end / tackle, Amir Lester, number 22, as he is a very long and lanky athletic player. And the quarterback is set to receive the snap. Will send his wide receiver in motion. He scrambles out and throws his receiver, and he will be hit hard by the cornerback, J.C. Horn, as he comes and lays the boom on the wide receiver. J.C. Horn read that play perfectly and came up and laid him out. And this will now bring up a 3rd down. Correction, this will now bring up a 4th down where now the Northview Titans is forced to punt the ball. My goodness gracious, I know number 4 is still feeling that hit right now. All right, and after the timeout, this will bring back out both punt and punt return units for both sides of the ball. And set to return the punt will be J.C. Horn, who just laid a vicious hit on the wide receiver, number 4 for the Northview Titans. And a rather high punt as it will take a bounce. And it looked like it was touched by J.C. Horn, and they will run it into the end zone where they will say, They will say that the ball was down at the 18-yard line. But from up here, it sure did look like JC did appear to touch the ball with his right hand as he was trying to slide away from the ball. As if he would have touched the ball, that would have really put the Raiders down in not only points but in morale, as that is a costly mistake that he cannot make as a player. And this will now bring out the Alpharetta Raiders offense, who was forced to have a 3-and-out on the first possession of the game. So they are now hoping to drive the ball downfield for a touchdown on this drive. Matthew Downing looks downfield, passes to his wide receiver, Spencer Gaddis, who catches the ball, stiff arms, and he runs down the sideline to the 10, the 5, and he is in for the touchdown as he tiptoes along the sideline. And how about that? They come out the next series that they get the ball, and it is a bomb for a touchdown from the 18-yard line, and that will be a 82-yard play for a touchdown. And if you're the Northview defense, what happened there? You were in man-to-man coverage, and you allowed the wide receiver to get open. And it was really a perfect pass by Matthew Downing. He put it right in the arms of Spencer Gaddis so he could take the ball and run with strides. And now this will bring out the extra point unit, and kicking for the extra point will be the kicker, number 90, Dylan Shore. Handling the snap will be the wide receiver, number 11, Michael Marbaugh. And the kick will be good. And now the Raiders are now up 7-0 with 8 minutes and 10 seconds left to go in the first quarter. And now this will bring out Alpharetta's kickoff unit as they will be kicking it off to the Titans. And that was really rough to watch if I'm a Northview fan, as that was an 82-yard play on the first play of this drive. And, you know, it does happen in football. I get that, but that was still – it was really – what happened on that play was that it was poor bump and run coverage by the cornerback, as he did not expect Spencer Gaddis to be as fast as he was, and therefore he stiff-armed him, and then he got separation, and that's why he was able to take it in for the touchdown. And he had no safety help either, so it was a real, true man-on-man, one-on-one coverage. And prepared to kick the ball off will be number 90 again, Dylan Shore. And as he kicks it off, it will be fielded by number 6, Fareed Yaboya. And this will be a touchback, and it'll be at the 20-yard line where they will get the ball. And now this Northview offense is now in a position where they need to score on this drive. As last year, Northview got blown out 45-3, wasn't even able to put up one touchdown. So to me, that is the most critical part coming into this game, is you need to put up touchdown points, not just field goals. Field goals will not win you this game as you're going up against a talented defense such as you're playing tonight. They need to be able to score touchdown points. And it'll be a pitch to the tailback, number 22, as he is met at the line of scrimmage where this might be a 1-yard gain. Leading the tackle again is number 48, Nick Marcus, who was just wreaking havoc in the backfield of the Northview Titans offense. And coming out will be number 30, Jake Tyson. Coming into the game to replace him will be number 4, Chris Falcon. And this pass will be overthrown, intended for his tailback, number 22. On the coverage was number 25, Dane Motley. Dane Motley, who last time he was here at Alpharetta Stadium got an interception and was able to return it to the 7-yard line. He's having a very good season so far.
Brings up 3rd and 10 with a tight ball.
And on a critical 3rd down, Northview must convert on downs here. Quarterback gets the snap, looks downfield, throws it downfield, intended for his wide receiver, number 4, who is able to, almost come through with the catch. On the coverage was number 9, Alonzo Nelson, as that was almost a broken coverage on the Alpharetta Raiders defense, as number 4 was almost able to come up with the grab. That ball was just a little bit underthrown. If he had a little bit more air on it, that play would have been a touchdown. And now this will bring up 4th down. And now this will lead to a punt by the Northview offense yet again. And set to receive this punt will be number 7, J.C. Horn. And JC will now receive the punt at the 35-yard line, where he picks up off a bounce and is able to turn upfield, take it to the 40, and he will be tackled at the 35-yard line. So he's able to get quite a bit of yards off that wobbled punt that was kicked. And now the Alpharetta Raiders offense will get the ball at the 35-yard line, but now they throw a flag after JC is tackled, and let's see what the penalty is. It appears to be against the return team. We have an unsportsmanlike conduct on the return team. I believe it would be on J.C. Horn, if I'm not mistaken. There is no number specified on who the penalty is on, but the penalty on the field is ruled in unsportsmanlike conduct. And Alpharetta will line up in a trip set on the left side of the field, where Matthew Downing is set to receive the snap. And he looks left, throws to his wide receiver, Walter Brooks. Walter Brooks, who has been recently injured with an ankle injury, is now back in this game, and he is looking to make an impact this year, as this is his senior year, as he is one of the starting receivers for this Alpharetta Raiders wide receiver corps. And you know, this Alpharetta Raiders wide receiving corps, last year they had a 6'4" wide receiver by the name of Carlos Carrier, who went to play his football at Maryland, and he had size. While this year's wide receiver corps does not have size, they have speed and strength, and they use that in all plays that they do. They use their speed to get downfield and use their strength to block. And as you will see here, Marcus Hill is able to catch that screen pass and take it up for a 5-yard gain. And now it is 2nd and 6 on the 36 with less than 6 minutes left to go in the first quarter. Matthew Downing receives the snap, looks downfield, throws to his wide receiver, Walter Brooks, and the ball is overthrown just a little bit too high for his wide receiver.
That'll bring up 3rd down and 6 yards to go for Raider first.
coming out of the game will be number 21, Levante Green. And now coming into the game will be number 80, Luke Estes. They're another senior wide receiver for this Raiders wide receiving core. And the wide receivers will line up in a stacked formation now. And now Downing will roll out, look downfield, throw intended for wide receiver Walter Brooks, and the pass is nearly picked off by number 11 for the Titans defense. And that will be almost intercepted by Colin Ferguson, the junior, 6', 170. And now this will bring out the punting unit for the Alpharetta Raiders offense. So on their last drive, they were able to complete a 82-yard play that resulted in a touchdown on their first play of that drive. And now this time they will be forced to have another 3 and out. But is it disappointing? No. That was a very good play by the safety. He came down, broke underneath that route, and almost picked the ball off. And now set to punt will be number 90, Dylan Shore. And the ball will be down just around the 13-yard line. And the ball will roll, and it'll be down at the 6-yard line. And now this will bring out a 1st and 10 with the ball on the 6-yard line with 5:26 left to go in the first quarter, where the Raiders are up 7-0 on the Northview Titans. Their tailback will go in motion. The quarterback looks, throws, and it will be picked off by the cornerback, J.C. Horn, for a pick 6. He read that play perfectly yet again. J.C. Horn making plays for this Alpharetta Raiders team. He read that play perfectly, undercut the route, and that was an easy pick 6 for the Tennessee commit. He made that look a little bit too easy for me to see up here. My goodness gracious, J.C. Horn with the pick 6. And just like that, the Raiders are now up 13-0, where now they will send out their extra point unit, where Dylan Shore is set to kick the extra point. And now the Titans are going to get the ball back, and their quarterback was a very ill-advised throw. As you saw JC sitting there in zone coverage, where all he had to do was come down, make the play, and take it back for pick 6 like he did. And the kick is good, and now the Raiders are up 14-0. And so far in this first quarter, this Alpharetta Raiders defense, as I said earlier, has only allowed 10 yards total in the first quarter. The first quarter, and that is very, very bad if you are the Titans offense. You need to be able to produce more yards than that. Now, their quarterback on the last drive, he had a very good read as he was able to spot number 4 going downfield. He was in between the safety and the cornerback, and that is usually a play that quarterbacks look for to hit their wide receivers on, but the ball was a little bit underthrown, and that caused the play to be broken up, forcing them to punt. And then on this last drive previously, he threw a pick 6 to number 7, J.C. Horn, as he did not see the cornerback sitting there in zone coverage. And that was an ill-advised throw by the quarterback, and I'm sure he will not make another mistake like that in tonight's game. And this ball will be caught in the end zone by number 6 for Reed Yaboya. And now this will be a touchback where the Titans offense will get it at the 20-yard line. And now the Titans are set to start this off, and he will be tackled by number 48, Nick Marcus, yet again. I believe that is his fourth tackle on the night, and that is a no, and that may be a 1 yard gain, but they will give him a gain of 1, and now this will bring up 2nd down and 9 with the ball on the 21-yard line. And the quarterback for Northview gets his offense set up. And Dane Motley strips the quarterback of the football, and he'll recover his own strip sack. And just like that, this offense is imploding. Dane Motley came on the blitz off the edge. He had his feet ready, and as soon as he saw his window, he went, got the strip sack on the quarterback. And just like that, now the Alpharetta Raiders offense has the ball within the 20-yard line inside the red zone. My goodness gracious. This Titans offense is imploding right now. And now this will bring out the Raiders offense, and it really could be 21-0 before we even go into second quarter if this Titans defense does not step up and stop this offense. And Alpharetta's wide receivers line up in a stacked formation. Matthew Downing looks right, throws it into the end zone, and it will be caught by his wide receiver, Michael Marble. But then they give him the touchdown, and just like that, it is 20-0. And the Alpharetta Raiders are up 20-0 on the Northview Titans. And that was another beautiful pass by the quarterback, Matthew Downing, to the corner of the end zone, caught by wide receiver Michael Marble. Michael Marble is truly an amazing receiver with his ability to not only locate the ball, but bring the ball in with his eyes looking in all the way. And he has great control of his footwork as he had both of his feet inbounds, so the touchdown could be caught. And there'll be a flag on the play. I'm assuming this will be an offsides. This will be a false start on the Raiders, and this will move the ball 5 yards back. And the kick is good, and just like that, Alpharetta is up 21-0 on the Northview Titans. And if you're the Northview Titans, you cannot do this any longer. You had a very good first drive of the game, but now you are imploding on offense, and you're putting your defense in really, really tough situations. Now you put them within the 10-yard line with an offense that scores a majority of their points inside the red zone. And now it is 21-0, and Titans, although they are down 21-0, there's still a lot of football left to play, and they could easily get some points up on the board if they just focus in, hone in, and do what they're supposed to do. And their quarterback is putting them in really tough situations. He threw a pick six 2 drives ago, and now he wasn't able to secure the ball when he was hit by the strong safety Dane Motley, and that led to the strip sack and that is what led to the last touchdown. And now this Alpharetta Raiders team is set to kick off to the Northview Titans. And set to receive the kick will be number 6, Fareed Yaboya, where he will return this kick now. He will cut it outside, but not before being ankle tackled by number 19, Marcus Webster. And he will bring the ball up to just about the 21-yard line. And this will be a 19-yard return. And it'll be a handoff to the tailback, who will get ankle tackled, but not before he's able to fall for some yards, and he will be able to take the ball to just about the 27-yard line. And we have an injured player down on the ground right now. And it appears to be their starting defensive tackle, Nick Marcus, as he looks to be in a lot of pain right now lying down there on the field, as we will take a break as the medical staff for Alpharetta checks him out. All right, and Nick Marcus thankfully gets up and is able to walk himself off the field. As good as this Raiders team is, it would be a crucial loss for them if they were to ever lose their defensive tackle, Nick Marcus. In his junior year, he had a 10-plus sack season, and on top of that, more than 15 QB hurries, as his presence in the backfield is known throughout this region, and not only in this region, but is known throughout the state with the penetration he's able to get with his size. And this will bring out the Raiders defense yet again, as it is 2nd and 5 with the ball on the 26-yard line with less than 4 minutes left to go in the first quarter. And the wide receiver, number 4, will go in motion, and it'll be a handoff to the tailback, who was able to break a couple tackles and gain the first down, and he'll be tackled at the 40-yard line. And that is the play that Northview needs to keep making. You know, this defense isn't going to give you anything. You have to earn every yard that you get. And right there, they earned that first down as they're able to get the ball to the 40-yard line. And carrying that ball will be number 22, William Kaler, as he is a 5'10", 175-pound junior. And this is a very young Northview Titans team, to say the less, as their team composed of consisted mostly of juniors and sophomores and very little freshmen. And this hit in the backfield, my goodness, leading that will be number 22, Amir Lester, followed by number 30, Jake Tice. And this will be a loss of yards on that play. Correction, loss of a yard on that play. And the Titans appear to bring in a fullback on this play. And it'll be a QB rollout where he throws the ball downfield to his tight end, number 88, as he is thrown out of bounds by number 7, J.C. Horn, and that will be a unnecessary roughness penalty on the cornerback, as that was an unnecessary play. The tight end was already going out of bounds, and he gave him the extra motion by trying to strip the ball and forcing the tight end to roll, spin, and roll into the benches, as this will be a 15-yard penalty on top of the yards that they already gained. And so now, where this drive began at the 21-yard line, it has now gotten up to the Raiders' 25-yard line, as they were able to gain not only the yards gained by their tight end, but an additional 15 because of that penalty. And the refs seem to be talking about something, as the Titans will stay huddled in the center of the field, and the Alpharetta coaching staff comes onto the field to see what the call is on the field. And as the refs talk over what just happened, it appears to be that they have changed the call to be personal foul against J.C. Horn, as he will not be ejected out of the game. And as the QB is hit, number 4 catches it and is able to cut upfield, but not before being tackled just above the 20-yard line, as he will be hit out of bounds at about the 19-yard line.
Out of bounds at the 19-yard line. On the tackle, number 26, Alejandro Hall for the Raiders. Second down and 4 yards to go for a Titans first.
And now with 2:30 left to go in the game, it'll be second down and 4 with the ball on the 19-yard line, as their tailback number 22 will get the snap, and he will be tripped up, but not before he's able to make it to the 10-yard line, before he's able to gain the first down, and this will move the chains.
For the Raiders, the beginning is good for another Titan first down. And from the 10, first and goal to go for the Northview Titans.
And now the Titans are within the 10-yard line, are within the 20-yard line. They are currently have the ball on the 10-yard line, so they are now within the red zone, and they need to score on this play. And number 6, their tailback, Fareed Yaboya, is able to take the ball up to about the 5-yard line on that carry.
Second down for the Titans with the Raiders set.
And now it'll be second down and 6 from the 6-yard line for this Titans offense. And the Alpharetta Raiders defense will line up in man coverage, and the ball is overthrown, and that was very physical play in the corner of the end zone. But is there a flag? Yes, there appears to be a flag on the play. And this looks like to be a pass interference play against the Raider defense. And that will be on the cornerback, Alejandro Hall. He had his hands all over the receiver in the corner of the end zone. And as a DB, you do not need to do that. You're in the corner of the end zone. It's a smaller space. Therefore, you don't need to be as physical. And the quarterback pitches it off to his wide receiver on the screen pass, and he's able to get the ball to about the 2-yard line. And this will bring up a third down with less than a minute and a half left to go in the game. And with this 3rd and 3 play, this Titans offense needs to punch it in for a touchdown if they want to even be considered having a chance in this game. As the QB sneak, and he looks like he will get in for the touchdown. And the call on the field is a touchdown. Titans offense, they score on the Raiders defense, as that was a very successful drive for this Titans offense. That was a very well-balanced, well-scripted play calling down the whole way of the field. But what hurt the Raiders defense was not even a few, penalties that should not have been even called in the first place. He had an unnecessary roughness personal foul on J.C. Horn, and then in the corner of the end zone, you had a pass interference that led to the ball being moved up to the 3-yard line. So on this drive, this Raiders defense really shot themselves in the foot, and now they paid the price for it by allowing a touchdown. And the extra point is good. And now with less than a minute left to go in the first quarter, the Raiders are up 21-7 on this Titans team. And now this will bring out the Raiders offense where they will hope to score again on the Titans defense. And now for the second time tonight, the Alpharetta Raiders kick return team will take the field. Set to receive the kick will be either Marcus Hill, number 5, or J.C. Horn, number 7. And he kicks it off. And the ball will roll out of the back of the end zone. And this will be a touchback where the Raiders offense will get the ball at the 20-yard line, where they will now begin their offensive series. And now this Titans defense has to come up big on this series, as if they can get a 3-and-out and get their offense the ball back, this will put them in great position to kick off the second half, as there is only 50 seconds left in the first quarter. But if they can go into the second quarter with the ball and not Alpharetta with the ball, this will be a great asset to have for the Titans. As the snap is mishandled, and the Titans will get the ball back, as this is a mishandled snap on the quarterback, Matthew Downing. And now with 45 seconds left to go in the first quarter, the Titans will now get the ball back within the 10-yard line, as the ball will be placed at about the 7-yard line. And now the defense is forced to come back out. My goodness, and now it seems that the tide has done swung, and now Alpharetta Raiders offense is imploding. So in the first quarter, the story was that it was a good series by the Titans offense, but then for 2 consecutive drives, it was just complete and utter anarchy. And now it seems to be the same case for this Raiders offense. And now the Titans offense will get the ball on the 7-yard line, putting the Raiders defense in another tough position, as it'll be 1st and 10 with the ball on the 7-yard line. And the Raiders will line up in man coverage as they hand the ball off to their tailback, number 22, who's able to take the ball up to about the 5-yard line for a 2-yard gain. As the quarterback runs back to the huddle for the Titans offense, he gets the play and will now get his offense set up for this play. And number 9, Alonzo Nelson, will be all alone by himself on an island, but not before the clock runs out. And so far, we have a 21-7 ball game where the Alpharetta Raiders are leading the Northview Titans 21-7. And now the Titans will get the ball beginning the second quarter with the ball on the 5-yard line. And it was a very rough and shaky start for this Titans offense, but now they are slowly but surely finding their way and are now looking to punch the ball in for another touchdown where they can only be down by hopefully 7 points. And now as we are set to start off this second quarter, Northview Titans will get the ball on the 5-yard line. The quarterback will roll out looking for his tight end, but he is sacked in the backfield by linebacker Reed Schultz as he came in like a heat-seeking missile, and he read that play perfectly and is able to lay a boom on the quarterback, and he is very slow to get up. But this will be about a 15-yard loss as they will now have the ball on the 20-yard line. So as they had the ball on the 5, they will now sadly have the ball on the 20-yard line.
Ends up being a loss of 8 on the play. Out to the 14-yard line. They'll bring up third down and goal for the Titans.
Correction, they will mark him down at the 14-yard line, so this will only be a loss of 9 on the play. And there's another handoff to the tailback number 22, but he is not able to gain a lot of yards on that carry, as that'll be maybe a 3-yard carry. And this will bring up a 4th down, and this will be a 4th down and 10, where this will now bring up the field goal unit for the Titans offense. And that kick is nearly blocked by number 19, Marcus Webster. But now the score is now 21-10, where the Northview offense is now, where the Northview Titans team is now only down by 11 points. And as they start off the second quarter, they had the ball on the 5-yard line, but a linebacker blitz led by linebacker Reed Schultz sadly ended the Titans' hopes of scoring a touchdown, as he was able to get in the backfield and sack the quarterback for a 9-yard loss. And this will now bring up the Alpharetta Raiders kick return team for the 3rd time tonight. And if you're the Alpharetta Raiders defense, that was a big win for you guys, as your quarterback sadly mishandled the snap that got you in that position, but they pulled through, bunkered down, and were able to force the Titans to kick a field goal. And now this Titans team is set to kick it off. And this ball will go into the back of the end zone, and this will be a touchback where the Alpharetta Raiders offense will get the ball at the 20-yard line, as they are hoping to not start off this series as they did last series with their first turnover of the game. And now the quarterback, Matthew Downing, is set to receive the snap as he will hand it off to his tailback, Kevin Watkins, as he is hit in the backfield as soon as he got the ball. And this Alpharetta O-line, who is usually very good at blocking all types of defensive fronts, it seems to be struggling tonight with the run game against this Titans defensive line. And like I said earlier, leading that defensive line for the Northview Titans is defensive tackle number 57, Kadeem Shabazz, the senior at 6'3", 290 pounds, is really bursting through his gap and getting in the backfield, creating pressure on the quarterback and the tailback.
Gives the Raiders 5 yards out to the 25. Remaining second down.
And they call the offside penalty on the defense, and now this will bring up 2nd and 5. And it'll be a snap to Matthew Downing, who will be sacked in the backfield by number 54 on the Titans defense. And that will be Devin Benjamin, the 5'10", 220-pound defensive tackle junior, as he, again, bursted into the backfield before Matthew was able to set his feet and throw the ball downfield. And I do not know what is going on right now on this Alpha Red Raiders online, but one thing I do know is that they need to fix it. They cannot allow this pressure to get in their backfield all game, as they have a very talented quarterback who can make plays for them if you give him time. And that goes for any quarterback. If you don't have an offensive line, you will never make plays. And so Matthew Downing throws the ball to his wide receiver, Luke Estes, as he is able to get the ball back up to where the yard markers are. And this will be a gain of about 5 yards. And this will bring out the punting unit, as this will bring up a 4th and 10. So this is a win for the Northview Titans defense, as they are able to force a 3-and-out, as they will now get the ball back. And the Northview team is now slowly but surely building up momentum as the game has gone on. They threw a pick 6 earlier in the game and then had a strip sack fumble that was recovered by the Raiders defense. But now they got a touchdown, got a field goal, and now they are slowly but surely building up momentum as the second quarter goes on. And this is a very good punt by the punter, Dylan Shore, as the ball will take a bounce and it will roll back up to about the 50-yard line. And they will down it at about the 49.5-yard line. And now, as this Northview Titans offense takes the field, they have to have a lot of confidence right now. Your defense just got a 3-and-out. You're coming off a touchdown, a field goal that was almost a touchdown, and now you have the ball back. I know they're flying high right now. Their morale is high. They must be doing well on the sideline, and now they need to take this ball down and get some points for their team. As the quarterback receives a snap, he hands it off to tailback number 22, who was able to break a couple tackles and get the ball up to the 39-yard line. On the tackle will be number 19, Marcus Webster. And I'll tell you, this junior tailback for this Northview Titans offense, while he is not all that big, he has heart, as he shows on every time he gets the ball. He gets hit and keeps on taking his. He's getting the yards after contact, which is what is needed to beat this Raiders team. You need to be able to get yards after contact, as they hit hard. They come down, they wrap up. They are taught how to tackle well, and he is breaking tackles on this Raider defense. And he'll get the ball again, as he is able to yet again get the ball, and he is hit hard, and he will be thrown down, but not before he is able to gain about 5 yards on that play. Tackle by number 10, Reed Schultz. And the tailback, number 22, will come out of the game. And as he comes out, this will bring in number 6 for the Titans offense, Fareed Yaboya. And their quarterback looks left, and there will be a flag on the play. It appears to be a false start. And it'll be a false start on this Titans offense. This will back the ball up, and it'll be a repeat of second down, but it will be 2nd down and 10 now. And now the ball will be placed on the 39-yard line, where the original line of scrimmage was. And now all three of the Titans offensive receivers will move, and number 6 is able to cut upfield, but not before being tackled hard by the defensive tackle, Amir Lester, who shows his speed, being able to get off the line and get to the sideline with very quick and lightning speed. And there will be a flag on the play after the play was over. And the Alpharetta sideline is pointing towards the Titans as they think it is on them. And it will be a penalty against the Titans, as it'll be a holding penalty. And now this Titans offense is now shooting themselves in the foot now with pointless penalties. You know, you had a false start, okay, but now you have a holding pen. You need to stop these penalties, as now this will bring up a 2nd down and 20 for this Titans offense, as this is a very hard conversion for any team, no matter who you are. And they are hoping to get some points on the board now with 6 minutes and 40 seconds left to go in the game, as this will bring up a 2nd down and 20 with the ball on the 49-yard line. And just like last play, all 3 receivers will go in motion. And it'll be a pitch, and it'll be a pass by the tailback. And this will be an incomplete pass, a little trick play right there. That was a little play action for you, as the tailback was trying to be the quarterback on that play and throw the ball to one of his wide receivers, but there was no one open downfield. And the ball was nearly intercepted by J.C. Horn, but luckily it went out of bounds. And now this will bring up a 3rd down. And now this Titans offense is set yet again to take the snap. The quarterback gets a snap. He keeps it and is able to gain about 2 yards on the play before being tackled. And this will bring up a 4th down. So on that play, the Titans are not able to convert on downs, as penalties were their downfall on that drive. And now they will punt the ball back to the Raiders offense. And now J.C. Horn is set to receive the punt. And that punt was high, but it was caught by the punter. And this will be downed inside the 5-yard line, where the Alpharetta Raiders offense will get the ball. So on that last drive, the defense for Alpharetta did a very good job at making sure they closed all options downfield in the secondary. And the offensive line for the Titans offense sadly was their downfall, as they had a holding penalty and then a false start penalty, and that unfortunately led to a loss of in total of 15 yards for the Titans offense. As on the next drive, I am sure they will work on not doing that again, as they were in very good field position to score on that drive, but they got backed up to the 49-yard line and they were forced to punt. But nonetheless, now this Raiders offensive unit will get the ball now, as Matthew Downing tries to draw the D-line offsides with his cadence, and this will now bring up the DBs for the Titans defense. And a little bit of a high snap. It'll be nearly picked off. That was nearly a pick 6 by the cornerback, number 31 for the Titans defense, as he read that screenplay perfectly and nearly picked it off for a pick 6, as that had been very detrimental against the Alpharetta Raiders. And I'm sure that this team is catching on to the fact that they do like to throw a lot of screenplays because of how physical their receivers can be. And now Downing will look again, intended for his wide receiver, number 11, Michael Marba, who drops another pass. This is his 2nd drop of the game. So although he does have a touchdown tonight, he has 2 drops tonight, which is very unheard of for a wide receiver, Michael Marba. And now there's a bring up a 3rd and 10 with the ball on the 3. And this defense for Northview is holding up right now. They need to do this so that way they can punt the ball from the 3 and put their offense in very good field position as Matthew Downing throws the ball downfield. And the ball will be caught by Marcus Hill, who catches it and seems to be gone as he will take it to the 15, the 20, the 10, and he is in for a touchdown. Oh, my goodness. And just like that, the score is now 27 to 10 right now. And on the cornerback for the Titans defense had very good coverage, but the ball was able to slip through his hands on that play. Although it was good coverage, Marcus Hill, the wide receiver, was able to catch the ball and take it in for a touchdown. And now this will bring out the extra point unit for the Raiders team. And man, oh man, this Titans defense, that must be crushing. You were in this game, not to say that they are out, but they're definitely a lot closer than they obviously are now. But that was a very good catch by wide receiver Marcus Hill as he was able to locate the ball as it was going through the defensive back's hands, and Dylan Shore will kick. And the extra point is good. And now the Alpharetta Raiders are up 28 to 10 on this Titans team as they are fighting in this game. They are trying to get points up on the board. But on that play, just a great catch by the wide receiver, Marcus Hill. And there's nothing more to say about that. And this will now bring out Alpharetta's kickoff unit and before they kick off, there is 5:13 left to go in the game, where the Raiders are up 28 to 10 on the Northview Titans. And now the Northview Titans offense will get the ball back as they are slowly building up momentum in the second quarter. Not as much in the first quarter, it's mainly towards the end of the first quarter where they started building up momentum and picking up speed and making more offensive plays than they did in the beginning of the first quarter. But now here in the second quarter, they have made a lot of really good offensive plays, but especially on this drive, if they want to be considered in this ball game going into halftime, not being down 18, if they can somehow get the ball in the end zone and only be down by 11, they will be in very good position to compete with this Raiders team. And Dylan Shore is set to kick this ball off with 5:13 left to go in the second quarter. And the ball will be fielded by number 6, Fareed Yaboya. But this ball will go in the end zone, and this will be a touchback where the Titans offense will get the ball at the 20-yard line. And tonight for the Titans offense, they have had a lot of success punching the ball inside in between the tackles on this Raiders defense. And at times, although the ball has not been completed many times, deep downfield, they seem to be having a little bit of success. So if their quarterback can make more accurate passes downfield, that is something they need to look for in their playbook. But on this play, he will be sacked in the backfield by the defensive tackle, Nick Marcus, who is yet again making his presence felt in the backfield, as this is his second sack of the game and his 5th tackle on the game. And there's nothing there's nothing more I can really say about Nick Marcus. He is just a living, breathing machine that he just knows how to make plays in the backfield, and he knows how to do it well. He knows how to use his strength and size to overpower even big offensive linemen like this Northview Titans team has. He's just overpowering them in every aspect right now. This will bring a tailback in motion, and it'll be a handoff to their tailback, and this will be a handoff number 22, and he will not gain very many yards on that play, as this might be a gain of 4. And now this will be a 3rd and 12 that this Titans offense is faced with. And their wide receivers will line up in a bunch set, as there will be a pitch to the tailback 22, who is able to cut upfield, and he will be sadly short of the first down marker. Well, this will bring up a 4th down. And there appears to be will there be a timeout called on the field? Yes. This is a referee's timeout. This will be a referee's timeout. And now Northview will bring out their punting unit on this drive. So they came up very short of the first down marker, as they appear to be just a yard short of the first down marker, but they will be forced to punt, as they do not want to fail on the 4th down conversion and give the Raiders offense the ball inside the 20-yard line. And the punt will be fielded by J.C. Horn as he cuts back, makes a great cutback on the punt unit, and he will be tackled. Okay, they downed the ball at the 30-yard line, as Jaquez McCurdy picked up the ball and was going to run it back for what appeared to be a touchdown, but they downed him at the 30-yard line. And now with 2 minutes and 45 seconds left to go in the second quarter, Alpharetta is still up 28-10 on this Titans team, where their defense and offense have played fairly well in this second quarter, but now it is the offense's time to shine for the Alpharetta Raiders. And Matthew Downing will keep the ball, and he will make a cut left, and he will make a spin move, but not before being tackled by the defensive tackle, number 54, Devin Benjamin. Matthew Downing taking a big hit on that play, but he looked like a Madden player with the stiff arm and spin move on that play. And this will result in a first down for the Alpharetta Raiders, where they will now have the ball on the 42-yard line. Matthew Downing set to receive a snap, as it'll be a handoff to Kevin Watkins, who was able to take the ball up to about the 45-yard line, where he will be tackled out of bounds by number 4. Correction, number 31, Chance Pollard. And now the wide receiver, Luke Estes, will come in motion. And it will be another handoff to the tailback, Kevin Watkins, but he will be met at the line of scrimmage, and he will be tackled in the backfield for a loss of yards. And it's funny, though, that I say this, but for the Titans offense, they are having success punching the ball inside in between the tackles, and the Alpharetta Raiders are not having success punching the ball in between the tackles. So it's different for both sides of the ball right now on offense. The Alpharetta Raiders are having a lot more success getting the ball out to the edges, forcing their DBs to make a tackle on their running backs. Matthew Downing steps back, throws the ball to his wide receiver, and he'll be gang tackled by the Titans defense. And it'll be past number 5, Marcus Hill. And now as the clock winds down with less than a minute left to go, Alpharetta Raiders have the ball right now on the 38-yard line. It's a play-action play, and it'll be broken up. And now this will bring up a 4th down and 4 for this Raiders offense as they have the ball at the 38-yard line with 41.4 seconds left to go in the game. And now this is a crucial conversion for this Raiders offense as they do not want to have to give the Titans the ball back with less than a minute left to go in the game and force their defense to come back out on the field. And they will bring the wide receiver, Walter Brooks, in motion. But there will be whistled before the play will be whistled down before the play can even get off. And this appears to be on the offense. This will be a delay of game against the Raiders, and this will move them back 5 yards. And now it'll be 4th and 9. And there will be 39.4 seconds left to go in the game. And now on a 4th and 9, not a 4th and 4, but a 4th and 9, this is a much harder conversion. And now if this Titans defense can hold up, they will give their ball the offense with the ball on the 43-yard line, which will put them in very good field position to maybe not get a touchdown, but maybe a field goal. As Matthew Downing scrambles, he looks downfield, whips the ball downfield, and that ball will be dropped, intended for number 13, Robbie Rupel, as he threw that ball all the way across to the other side of the field for his wide receiver. But the ball was a little bit too low for his wide receiver to make a play on the ball. And now this Titans offense will get the ball with 31 seconds left to go in the game with 2 timeouts remaining, and they are ready to go. And they line up in a complete wide receiver set, trips on the right, doubles on the left. As the quarterback looks downfield, throws the ball downfield, intended for his wide receiver, what appears to be his wide receiver, number 11, as on the coverage was number 8, Jaquez McCurdy.
Intended for number 11, Colin Ferguson. On coverage to the Raiders, number 8, Jaquez McCurdy. Second.
And now this will bring up a 2nd down and 10 that this Titans offense will be faced with. And now they will bring their tight end in motion where he will get set on the line of scrimmage. And their tailback, number 6, Fareed Yaboya, will keep the ball, but he's able to gain about 2 yards on that carry. And now as the clock will wind out and it is the end of the second quarter, we will go into halftime where the Raiders are up 28-10 on this Titans team and where the Titans are set to receive the ball for the second half. I will see you when I come back. I will talk to you when I come back.